My first real video on this channel that it pertained to a video where I just talked over an image and explained my thoughts was a review of Cuphead, and it didn't take too much longer before my second and third videos became me talking about a popular debate with Cuphead being a debate on difficulty. Now, the whole thing about this debate is I made very clear, in my Cuphead review, I made it very clear that the difficulty and the challenge of the boss fights and having to learn them is what made the game so addicting and so much fun. It's what made me really feel like I was getting stronger. Made me feel like I, as a player, was getting better, not getting an artificial level up, but a real life level up. I was actually improving at the game. It made me feel really good about myself, made me feel like I could overcome struggles in life, but also just made me, it's the whole point of the game is just to adapt and overcome and to fail time and time again until you win. And by the end of it, by the time you fail enough, you could probably speedrun the game your second playthrough because you know how to beat all the bosses and you know what to expect. So, I mean, to me, that's building actual gameplay skill, and that's something about Cuphead that I really enjoy. Something about the Firm Software games, Cuphead was compared to them a lot. It was compared to be, the Dark Souls of 2D shooters, and that's really funny because the whole point of Dark Souls is that they want you to die. I mean, in the first game, Demon Souls, it's like you have to die in the beginning. It's basically like it's going to happen. There's no way around it, and that's kind of the point. That's kind of the point of all these games is that hey, they're hard. You're gonna struggle, and you're gonna have fun doing it. That's the whole fucking point. That's the struggle is the point. So, yeah, that's take it how you will. But these articles that came out about Cuphead's difficulty and saying Cuphead needs an easy mode, while at the same time they would reference Dark Souls a lot because it was just another great argument right there. Is should Dark Souls have an easy mode? Because that's the whole main appeal of Dark Souls. These people think that they're being really smart and groundbreaking and really fighting for this issue. It's so fucking infuriating because the answer is so obvious. It hits you right in the fucking face. Okay, when they say that they could reach a wider audience if they made the game have an easy mode, the games are literally made to be hard on purpose so you can overcome them, and that's part of the fucking challenge, okay? The part of the fucking challenge is to fucking overcome the fucking game, okay? So, and that's why it makes you feel good when you beat it. That's why it makes you feel good, and that's why you have a good-ass time, okay? And I haven't played Sekiro yet, but, of course, that's the new game by Forbes Software right now. It's a new game right here. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice or whatever. I watched my friend play a little bit of it, and it actually seemed like one of the Souls games that I might enjoy a lot more than previous Souls games. I thought Bloodborne was a step in the right direction, but even that, I was like, man, I just can't get into these games. I play too many flashy hack and slash games, and I couldn't figure out where to go, and I just didn't feel like putting that much effort into the game when it just wasn't as rewarding for me. Sekiro seems to be way more up my alley with as far as its flashy style of combat and with the difficulty there and grappling and jumping, things seem way more up my alley with this one, and people are saying it's one of the better ones and the combat's the best it's ever been. So I'm thinking really hard about picking this one up. It just sadly it's around a time where I think a lot of games I'm interested in are coming out, but I might pick it up later. And this is me totally admitting, yeah, a part of me doesn't like the stiff gameplay, and part of me doesn't like how hard it is because I can't get adjusted to the stiff gameplay, and I just don't want to play it. So this is me saying, yeah, I don't really want to play it, but if I could play it by the game and then beat it, then no, I don't want to play it. Now, here's the thing. Some people like the idea of a game. They don't want to be restricted. If you want to beat a game, you want to be able to beat the game. You want to be able to beat the game. You want to buy a game and not beat the game. Okay? The way the developers see it is that you already bought the game. It doesn't matter. If you sell it, you get some of your money back, but they get the full amount of the money, and the money at that point is all revolving around the game store, like GameStop, for example. So GameStop, you don't get the money back from the company. Instead, GameStop has to deal with you, and they give you money for the game, and then they give that game to someone else, and they make a profit off of it because they make more money selling it than they do, you know, um, buying it from you. So that's the point, is that they get all the games back, basically, and then some. So that's the whole point. So it doesn't matter if you don't like the game. If you bought it, you bought it. When it comes to digital games, you can't even refund it. Unless we're talking about like an actual working system like Steam and Origin kind of have. But PS4 and Xbox One, you buy this game, you have it. There you go. So when it comes to um, when it comes to if they want you to have playability, they kind of like that the game's got a legendary reputation. I think at this point, if you're buying a game by this company, then how do you not know? How do you not know at this point that these are the Demon Souls people? That's literally the whole thing, the whole reason why this game is being sold. That's literally the entire fucking point, is that this game's being sold on that legacy, and people like that gameplay style. People, crazy fucking thought, I know, but it turns out people like those games, and that's why they fucking buy them. So, crazy fucking thought, but they buy the games because it turns out they like them, and the idea of adding the assist mode and the easy mode to get more people into it literally defeats the whole purpose, because now you can just beat the game without trying. I'm not saying these games don't have story and lore. That's not what I'm saying. Cuphead had story and lore too, and part of the reward was seeing more of the story and lore. But a huge part of the game, a huge point, is overcoming the challenge. If you get rid of that, then that's what I said in my Cuphead review. If you have an assist mode, then it literally defeats the whole purpose of playing the game in the first place. So I had a debate with my friend, and my friend kind of likes to do this thing where he doesn't listen to my argument, and he just repeats his points because he thinks they're really strong. In reality, I don't care about these points. So here's the first point, that it would be, you would make more sales if the game had an easier assist mode, because more people would be willing to buy the game. It doesn't matter. The game is selling just fine. Cuphead has a legendary reputation. The reason why Cuphead and Dark Souls games, the reason why they're popular, is because of the reputation of being hard, and that is what people like about the game. So the game wouldn't be popular at all if it didn't have that reputation. The game would just be another random ass game, and it wouldn't be fulfilling or rewarding at all. Trust me, I've played many 2D games that were hyped up like Cuphead, and none of them are as long-lasting or as memorable and lovable as Cuphead is to me, because Cuphead represents something much more than just another 2D run-and-gun game. I've played them before. Cuphead is a step above these games. So, yes, that is literally the fucking point of the game. You add the assist mode, the point of the game is ruined. If you play these games on easy, you will not have fun. You will say these games are pointless. It's just literally wasting time. I'm pressing buttons and colors and lights are happening. Maybe that's fine because you get to pretend you play along and you just want to see flashing lights because you're too stupid to understand why people like these games in the first place, and you want to pretend to play the game and you just want it to beat itself for you. There's no point in this. It literally is not. Trust me, it defeats the purpose. And the second argument, and I really don't care about this one, and I don't care if people say it makes me sound cold. I really don't fucking care about this point. And I think I've made this point many times in these Cuphead videos I used to make, and I'm making basically literally the same fucking video again because game reviewers, game journalists, they think it's so clever to talk about the subject. They think they're breaking ground. They are fucking idiots. I wish they would step out of their echo chamber and listen to a diverging viewpoint. It doesn't matter, okay? This is the thing. I might sound cold for saying this, but the reason why I'm saying this is because if you make a game have an assist mode because you are worrying about people with disabilities who can't play the game at its full way anyway. They can't play the game because they have a disability, whether it be a physical disability or a mental disability. They cannot play the game the correct way. It's too difficult for people like them. Again, there would be no point to doing this because they would not be getting the actual experience of the game. They would not be enjoying the game. If you put an assist mode in a game like Mario, for example, where all you have to do is press jump, you don't have to run. Well, Nintendo managed to make a fun game like that called Mario Run, where the whole point was about those, timing of jumps and stuff like that. That's what the whole game was about. And that's why it worked, because they made a game based around it. And if you want to make an argument for something like that, so that way people with only one hand can play Mario, well, yeah, you can play Mario with one hand now thanks to Mario Run. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. The way to not do it is to add an assist mode to regular Mario, where, now the game doesn't work, or it has to be way too easy. Though I would argue that if you die a lot in New Super Mario Brothers games, they give you, like, the ability to fly and have infinite star power, and you just beat the level basically. So yes, Mario already took care of that option for you, but to me it's just like, again, that's fine. That should be seen as a tool to skip a level that's too hard, and maybe level just has one weird thing you can't grasp, but you can beat the harder levels. They're supposed to be harder, but for some reason there's this one thing that fucks with your head, and I think that's actually fine and acceptable in certain games. But in a game like Cuphead, where the point is to beat everything, yeah, that's, again, what's the point? What's the point? You need to do it. You need to do it for real. Cuphead does have a mode that's like a little bit easier. I forget why it makes it easier. I think the bosses have like less health or something. But if you do that mode, you can't play the final section of the game, because the game's trying to tell you, hey, you actually need to do this the right way. Again, they don't want you to have the satisfaction of saying you beat the game if you're not going to do it the right way. They just don't agree with that. So if there's a certain boss that you can't beat in Cuphead that's just driving you crazy, it's got one weird little tick in it, one weird little thing that your brain just can't comprehend, you need to skip it and come back for later, you can kind of do that in Cuphead by playing on the slightly easier mode. Again, I forget why it makes it easier. I think you just do more damage or something like that. But you can do that, and then you can come back later. The game lets you do that. So, you can beat the rest of the game on the hard mode and then come back to that one little level. That's fine. But when it comes to, these games and this assist mode thing, just play the game the way it's meant to be fucking played. The whole point, and this is the thing. Video Game Dunky made a fantastic ass video. I have to put the link in the description about video game difficulty, and he says himself that a lot of the best games don't have an easy, medium, or hard option. A lot of those games are actually bad because they ruin the experience of the game if you play on too easy or too hard. You need to find the spot that's just right, and that's what makes the game enjoyable and fun, and I completely agree with him. I completely fucking agree with him. I used to play Halo on normal difficulty, and he said you have to play on hardened, or else the game is just, or you have to play on hard, but if you, in Call of Duty it's called hardened. If you play on easy or normal, the game's too easy. And now that I'm an adult and I play a lot of multiplayer, I've beaten Legendary and all the difficulties, it's like, I agree. You really should be playing on at least hard. You should not be playing on easy or normal. It's too easy on normal. And I remember a lot of my friends said they beat single player Halo Reach when it came out on hard, and I was like, man, you're playing single player hard? And he's like, it feels like normal. Well, yeah, it's because it's normal's a little too easy, honestly. So yeah, it just depends on what game. On some games, really, you should be playing on hard because it's a little too easy, and and that's the thing. That's weird, because I would just want to pick normal by default, thinking hard is hard. But then you have to remember Legendary exists, and there's always like a fourth hard difficulty for like every game. So yeah, that's just how games are nowadays. And for me, it's like games are a little bit better when Devil May Cry and Bayonetta do this route well, where when you beat the game, it automatically puts you on New Game Plus on the harder difficulty, the next step up, until you unlock the hardest one. To me, I beat Bayonetta on normal, then I beat it on hard, then I beat it on very hard, and I forget if there was more difficulties after that, but I'm pretty sure I beat the game 3 times. And that's the thing, it's like, yeah, that's perfect, because as you get better at the game and you get better equipment, the game gets harder. I agree with this. It keeps things fresh. But the reason why a lot of these things work is because games are supposed to start out with a few easy levels that get to like medium levels, that get to hard levels, and the final level is supposed to be the hardest. That's kind of the whole point of games. So like, I mean, that's just a good idea for good pacing. I think a bad idea for pacing would make the hardest level the first level. Then the rest of the game is like you climbed so hard to beat that first hard level, and then the rest of the game's piss easy because it doesn't matter anymore. Like it doesn't make sense. So it makes sense to keep the hardest challenges later on. So again, in the Cuphead's the same way. I think every boss fight gets harder and harder and harder. And the first few boss fights, I can beat without even remembering the patterns and shit because it's actually so easy to me now because I've played Cuphead enough to where I'm like, this game's easy. I'm actually gonna buy it on the Switch again, just so that way when I'm playing on the Switch, I can see how fast I actually beat the game and what bosses give me trouble again and what bosses I kind of breeze through. I kind of feel like the dragon boss is what's gonna give me trouble. That one really fucking pissed me off. That one really fucking pissed me off. But that's the thing. The game's super fucking hard, and as you beat each boss, you're better at the next one, even though it's so much harder again. So that's kind of the point of Cuphead. I remember some of the bosses towards the middle, I actually was beating on my first or second try, and I was actually like, man, I felt like super good at Cuphead. I kept beating multiple bosses on like my second or third try. Some of them my first try. So that really blew my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. Games do not need easy assist baby modes, especially games that are based around being hard, like Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and Cuphead. That's just literally the point, is that they're hard. If you take away the point of the game, it's not the same game. You will not find the same value in it that other people find in it. You will not enjoy it the same way that other people enjoy it. So, just doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Makes no sense. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up because what's the point of saying this again and again? But I'm going to put a link to the Forbes article where I see this, and I'm just so tired of these fucking conversations. They're not, philosophical. They're not smart or intelligent. They can very easily be explained in a matter of seconds of why they're so stupid. But here's the thing: it's just journalists don't want to appeal to the masses. They want to appeal to a more sophisticated side of gaming, and all they end up doing is sounding like pretentious assholes who don't know what they're talking about. And if they would just try to understand the layman, they might fucking finally understand the whole fucking point and why people don't like them anymore and why people don't listen to them and why people rather just watch a video game Dunky talk about difficulty in games and say that's all you fucking need. You don't fucking need all this other stupid shit. Again, I probably agree with Dunky. The best games, difficulty-wise, are games like Mario and Zelda, where the games everyone plays on the same fucking even playing field. I agree with that. I like games better when they don't have difficulty options and when you're just in the fucking game, you have to play it that way. Because then it's weird when you talk about with your other friends and it's like they have a different experience from you, and it's like, I guess the game's more about, in Halo it's fine because you shoot enemies with rockets and use swords and you can come up with strategies on how to beat levels, and that's the fun of it. But not every game is as complex as that, where it's not about choosing your own adventure or something like that, and maybe it's just me because I grew up playing games like Mega Man that doesn't have difficulty usually. Some Mega Man games do for some weird reason. But then games like Sonic, again, no difficulty. Games like Metal Gear Solid, no difficulty. I think Metal Gear Solid 4 had difficulty. But, again, it doesn't matter. Games, you just play them, you just have fun with them. Metal Gear Solid 4 is another game where you have a lot of freedom and creativity, what you want to do. But, yeah, it doesn't matter, okay? Because eventually you beat the game on the harder difficulty once you beat it again. And I beat Metal Gear Solid 4 multiple times because it's a great game, and I keep coming back to it. It's one of my favorite games of all time, so, yeah. So I just don't understand the point and the appeal. I see what they're saying in the articles. They said the same fucking thing they said last time when Cuphead was out. They said they don't want to try, they shouldn't have to try, they should have instant gratification. And here I am saying, buy a different game. If you know the game's gonna be too hard, then don't buy it. You know the game's hard. You know it's fucking the same people make Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Bloodborne. You know it's gonna be fucking hard. Why are you complaining? These games got popular because of a fucking fan following, because of the fucking game, and it's fucking fun to them. Let them enjoy the fucking game. You don't have to take a game that's not fucking made for you and make it for you. That's not the fucking point. You don't understand because it's not for you, and you want to take it and make it for you. It's not supposed to be for you. It's for other people. Okay, your fucking game, you can go play goddamn John Madden. You can go play NBA 2K. You can go play fucking Mario Kart. You can go fucking play Animal Crossing. You can go fucking play Stardew Valley. You can go fucking play Sonic Forces. You can go fucking play Rayman Legends. You can go fucking play Ratchet and Clank. Okay, I don't give a shit what you fucking play. Don't go fucking play Crash Bandicoot because you're gonna bitch about that shit too because it's too fucking hard for you. Okay, go play a fucking easy game because you can't handle a hard game. And that's not me saying, oh, you're a fucking lesser man than me, I'm a macho gamer man. No, it's not even me saying that shit. But imagine if I was like, Resident Evil 2 is so much fun on easy mode. No, it's not fucking fun on easy mode. Resident Evil 2 is fun because it's fucking hard and stressful. It's about survival. Imagine if Resident Evil 2 had an easy baby mode. What would be the fucking point? What about Devil May Cry? What if Devil May Cry was piss easy? And it's like, oh, the whole point is doing stylish combos. What's the fucking point if the enemies aren't attacking you back? There's no... What's the fucking point of playing a game when there's no challenge? What's the fucking point of playing a game where you can't fail? You know, imagine if you played a game like Guitar Hero or Rock Band and the song plays itself. You're just listening to a fucking song. The point is that you're supposed to be playing along to it, but you can't actually play along to it. Your fingers can't keep up with the fucking buttons, so what's the fucking point? You know what I'm saying? You just listen to the goddamn song. If you don't want to actually play the game, then don't play the game. Just listen to the fucking song. What would be the point of playing Rock Band and the game plays itself and you go, look at this. Colors, lights, they're blinking. They're blinking when the notes hit. Yeah, okay, you could just watch it on goddamn YouTube. You don't need to fucking play it yourself. If you know, you can watch a goddamn Let's Play of Cuphead and you learn the whole fucking story. You didn't have to fucking play it. You didn't have to fucking buy it either. So how's that a lose for you? Because you want to do it alongside? Then watch the video. Look at their strategy. Think about this. Think about a concept that I talk about a lot on this channel is fighting games. Imagine playing a fighting game where you don't have to fucking do anything and you just win. And you're okay, that's fine for the single player, but what about for the multiplayer? What about when you're playing online? Huh? Then what? Other humans just supposed to do nothing and let you win or something? Is that supposed to be what is that doesn't work that way. You have to actually be better than them. You have to actually, again, and if you like watching, but you're not that good at it, then watch some fucking streams. Watch some goddamn YouTube videos of people playing the game. Watch them play. Maybe learn something. Maybe learn from their strategy. Hit the practice mode. Try and get good at the game. Then go play the game. Maybe you'll beat some scrubs. Maybe you'll learn that you're not shit and you can advance to like a more intermediate level. And maybe you can get to like the silver rank and you can feel fucking proud of yourself because it's goddamn hard and at least you got that far. And your fucking coworker can't say that shit. Fucking Joey at the lunch table can't say that fucking shit. He sucks at Street Fighter 5. So at least you're better than fucking Joey at the goddamn lunch table. At least you're better than your fucking coworker who's always talking mad shit about your Ryu game, and then you fucking Shoryuken his ass and you feel good about it. So what the fuck? You know, again, this is the whole point of playing games, is to overcome challenges. In fact, I would even argue that even single-player games are a battle of chess, but against a predetermined puzzle instead of a human puzzle. It's literally every game's a fucking puzzle. You're trying to solve it, and when you solve it, you feel good about yourself. That's the fucking point. So when you make a game like Uncharted 4, and you just walk forward, and then you win, you play it more because it's got good cutscenes. That's why you play it, because the story's fun. And that's fine. Go play Uncharted. Again, go play Yoshi's Story. Again, go play Kirby. Again, don't go play Star Fox. That's too fucking hard. You can only play it for 3 hours before you give it a shitty review. You know, don't play Doom because Doom's too fucking hard for you too. You can't even, fucking move. You can't even move the camera while you're moving forward. You know, you're so bad at video games. You can't even fucking move in Doom. So, go play something else. Go play something else, but don't play these games. Don't play fun, hard games, and let those games exist for people who want to play them. Let people have variety. Not everyone is like you. For fuck's sake, I'm so tired of this shit. Like, when people are always trying to ban sexy characters in games, some people fucking like them. Why you gotta not let them have them? Let them fucking have them. I understand they might not need to be in every single fighting game. They might not need to be in every single game. But why you have to, like, shun them? Why do you have to talk shit on Dead or Alive because of that one factor or some whatever? If that's what the game is, and that's what the game is, let people fucking play them. You know, why do you have to shut down the stupid, whatever stupid mode that was in the Sinran Kagura game that is on Steam, but that version of the game has this on PS4 has this one thing taken out? What's the fucking point of that? You know, like let people have what they want. Let them fucking have fun. It doesn't hurt anyone. It's fine. Let them fucking have it. Oh, but it doesn't appeal to my demographic. It's not fucking supposed to. It's supposed to be for them. Imagine if fucking every goddamn game had a fucking representation of every fucking minority and white people and blind people and people of every intelligence and people of every weight. Oh my god, it would be so fucking annoying. It would be for no one. No one would enjoy the fucking game because it'd be have all these stupid shoehorned characters in. Let people fucking relate to certain things. Let people enjoy the things they like, okay? You know, that's all I'm saying, man. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. Let people just have fun. That's the fucking point. And not everyone has fun the same goddamn way. And for you to say, I want to have fun with this game that I'll never be good at, then I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You might develop better hand-eye coordination and reflexes if you start with Mario Brothers 1. I think Mario Brothers 1 was one of the first games I played and got good at. Maybe you should play and get good at it. Maybe you should go play Mario Brothers 1 on the fucking NES and catch up with the rest of us, okay? Maybe you should go back and play Mega Man 1 and 2 until you figure out how to beat that shit. Maybe you should go back and play Castlevania. And once you can beat Castlevania, then you can be like, oh shit, I can finally play these other games. But if you can't fucking beat Castlevania and you'll never be able to beat Castlevania, then why the fuck do you think you can beat these games? You know? Like, why? You know why I could beat Cuphead? Because I grew up playing Contra 3. I grew up playing Mega Man X. I can play Cuphead because I played versions of these games. I've played Metal Slug, motherfucker. What have you fucking played? Nothing. You didn't play this shit. And if you did, you didn't get very far, apparently. It's made for people like me who grew up playing that shit. That's what the whole point of Shovel Knight is. Shovel Knight's made for people who played Castlevania and Mega Man. That's the fucking point of it. It's just a huge fucking love letter to Mega Man and Castlevania. That's the fucking point. So why the fuck would you play it? You didn't play those games. You just think it looks cool and has a good soundtrack. Well, who gives a shit? Maybe you should try and play it, and maybe you'll do good at it. Maybe you'll learn the game. Maybe you'll get your ass kicked at first. I did. I wasn't that great at Shovel Knight at first because it is different from Mega Man and Castlevania. But guess what? When you're bad at something, you just play it until you're good at it. You just practice. You learn the game's mechanics. You learn how the game works until you can overcome the obstacle. And some people are good at it better. Like, some people are better at it earlier than others. Some people learn faster than others. Some people are just better at games than other people. But guess what? If you just keep trying, like me, I'm not a fucking goddamn master at every game, but a lot of people think I'm super good at games because they just see me like blow through it. And I'm like, no, I've literally played the shit out of this game growing up. Why can I A-rank so much in Sonic Adventure 2? Because I played so much Sonic Adventure 2 my entire fucking life. I don't think there's ever been a year where I didn't play Sonic Adventure 2 City Escape once that year. You know, it just doesn't fucking happen, okay? You know how many times I beat Final Fantasy 6 and 7? You know how many times I play those games? That's because I like them, okay? That's why I play games. I like games, okay? That's the whole fucking point. That's the whole fucking point. If you don't like games, don't just go out and try to buy every new game just so you can fucking talk about it on your goddamn website and then say, well, how could we reach more players? I'm just thinking about the overall collective here. Bitch, there's other games, man. There's other fucking games. And if people think, if you're the kind of person who thinks Sekiro Heroes Die Twice is too hard, you buy a Switch, play Zelda Breath of the Wild, It's not the easiest game either, but play it at your own pace and learn and try to beat it. Try to get good at it. Play Mario Odyssey. Learn. Get good at it. You know, these games don't have difficulty options. They don't need them. Because the game teaches you as you play until you're good at the game. Do we have to go back to Egoraptor's like 2011, 2012, whatever the year it came out, when Egoraptor made the sequelitis for Mega Man and Mega Man X, where he explains how the game teaches you as you play? Like, do we have to go back to that? Do I have to fucking show this video to goddamn journalists and be like, by the way, this is the memo that you guys have been fucking missing out on. This is the whole, this is the point. This is what you're supposed to be doing here. So, it's just really, really frustrating to keep seeing these so ridiculous articles all the time. Every time a fucking good hard game comes out, and they have to make these goddamn articles trying to make a stupid ass point. They never make a good point. They're just repeating the same bad points that people have already made fun of and debunked and rebuked. I guess I can't say debunked, because it's just a matter of opinion. All this is a matter of opinion. It's not about, whatever, but it's just such a stupid opinion. It's such a bad opinion. And the idea is, like, it's supposed to tug on your heartstrings. People with disabilities can't play these games. They wouldn't like them if they could. They wouldn't like them if they could, because the point is they're supposed to be hard. When you take out the difficulty, it's not a fun game anymore. Why? And they make this argument, it could still be fun. It could still be fun. Shut up. That's the whole point, is the combat is difficult. That's the whole fucking point. That's the whole fucking point. Don't say, that's why it's rewarding, that's why it's fun. Don't say, it could still be fun. If it had an easy mode, and then you could just switch to the hard mode if you don't want to use the easy mode. No, that's... The idea of doing that is that the people who play the easy mode will not have a good time because they won't understand why people even like the game. Then that creates bad word of mouth. Then people who play the game will talk shit on it because it's too fucking easy and it's not fun. There's nothing special about it. The whole point is that they're hard, and that is why they have a legacy. That is why they have a reputation. That is the whole point. When you delete the point of the game, it won't be good, and people will talk shit on it, and then it will not sell well the next time. Because these games sell well because the word of mouth about them is that they're legendary, and everyone talks about them. That's the fucking point of the games. That is why they sell well. So no, you can't say that. You can't add the assist mode. It will only ruin the reputation of the games. And guess what? They're doing just fine selling it just amazingly without the fucking assist modes already. So if you're trying to add that little tidbit, you're just being a doof. And it's good that you're trying so hard for your argument and that you are coming up with multiple points. You can't counter these points, but you can come up with other points that make us have to counter them. And, that's all fine and dandy. But if you just tried to look at the other perspective for like 2 minutes, you would realize how much of a pretentious asshole you're being. So I'm going to post the Forbes article in the description for anyone who wants to read it. I'm going to post the video game Dunky video on difficulty. I'm almost positive I actually did this back in the day. I fucking feel like I almost positive did this. Posted this shit about fucking Cuphead already. So, it's kind of sad I'm doing it again, but the conversation hasn't evolved or gone to anything unique. The conversation is stuck at the same stupid level because these people are in a fucking echo chamber. They all talk to each other. Yo, what do we gotta do? Because helping people with disabilities is the best thing ever. We gotta help people with disabilities. They won't enjoy the game. They won't enjoy it because they won't understand the whole point of it. Okay? You're an idiot. You wouldn't enjoy the game that way either. No one would. That's the whole point. If you want to see more of the game because the game's got cool art in it, then watch a goddamn YouTube video. Okay? Watch a goddamn YouTube video. And for you to say, that's not good enough, then fucking get good. You goddamn motherfucking scrub. I'm out. That's the end of it from me. I will never talk about the subject again. But god fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. Stop fucking bringing this shit up. I'm out. Peace, motherfuckers.